And now, finally, seriously.
Are we awake? Hi, I'm Mary Volm, and I was born here. I have lived here most of my life until my stepdad, assistant fire chief, moved us to Albany. And as soon as I graduated from high school, I was right back. I love this place. This is a wonderful place. My son was born here. His name is Tyler. I just got him through law school at Lewis and Clark, and he is now a full-fledged lawyer who can maybe support me in 20 years after we pay all the school bills. Anyway, I'm in this race for some very specific reasons. I have worked for the city for the last 20 years. I have more time with the city than anybody in this race. And I will tell you, I found myself yelling at the television. When we have E. coli in the water, when we have police officers and their families marching on City Hall, when we do a shell game with your sewer money, and don't look here because it's really a green street, not a bike lane, I'm terribly disturbed with what's going on with our city government. We used to be transparent. We used to be accessible, and we used to be citizen-led. I know this because I was there. We made great efforts to include everyone in all the decisions, and council didn't make a decision behind closed doors. They sat in front of citizens and listened to testimony. That isn't happening anymore, and it deeply concerns me. We have a great city here, and we are falling behind. One of the things that I'm in this race for is we've all heard it. We need jobs. We do need jobs, right? I have the experience. I worked for the state in economic development during the Reagan recession. And what I learned from some very smart people like Duncan Wise and even Neil Goldschmidt, because he's still alive, he's a very bright man when it came to economics, is that we need to have a diverse plan. We can't wait for green industry to just drop in our lap. In fact, I heard 2 economists speak about this, that every municipality is going after green industry. And so we're going to be in hot competition. It would be great if we got it. Any kind of green industry would be great, but we need to put Portlanders back to work, and that's what concerns me. There is no real plan. You hear this, oh, we're going to get 10,000 jobs, and I'm not seeing it laid out in the plan, and that means you do your research, you know which companies are most likely to expand, and you court them. Because the only way that we can get them here is if we put some effort out. We have a lot to offer. We have a highly trained workforce. We have a beautiful place to live. And we can, and we did 20 years ago when I worked at the state, attract new businesses. In a downturn, it's a hard thing to do, but we've got to put everything we've got behind it. The other reason I'm in this race is maybe it's all my 24 years of public service, but I am very concerned with the fiscal irresponsibility of the city. And the sewer issue is a good example. I'm a ratepayer. I've owned my home in my little bungalow house in Mount Tabor for 25 years, and it's still mortgaged to the hilt. But when I pay my sewer bill or my water bill, I want to know that that's going to go to keep that system running. I've been down in the sewers. We have terracotta sewers. We have some areas that are brick and falling apart. And if we have an extra 13 million lying around, I could think of a lot of good things to do so that I don't pass that on to my kid or his kids. And the last thing I want to really talk about is the return to the basic delivery of municipal services. That's our job. It's not sexy. You know, it's police, fire, parks, transportation, planning. It's just what we have to do. But I see our council looking for their great legacy projects, and PGE Park is a good one. It drives me crazy. I was there 7 years ago when we reopened PGE Park, and to say that the general fund is not at risk, it is. All revenue bonds are backed by the general fund. And I worked for the Timbers when they were NASL, and I know how quickly a franchise can go bankrupt. All that being said, I love this place. Let's work together. I would love your vote on May 18th or before. And let's bring Portland back to being Portland again. Thank you.